of you, myself Pankaj Kumar, PGT Computer Science and Current Secondary School, going to take the class and practical class for Standard 12 Computer Science. So today we are going to see, this is our first class, today we are going to discuss about the revision tour of Python Basic as it contains of 10 to 15 marks in 12th standard. And these are the topics which we are going to discuss today. And the first one is introduction to Python, then structure of Python, programming is there, then variables and data types. Inside these variables, dynamic typing and static typing is there, keywords, mutable and immutable types, operators and operands, input, output operations as well as functions, typecasting is there, type conversion which means implicit conversion, and the other name is coercion. Then comments, we have already discussed about comments. Then flow of control, strings, list, tuples and dictionary. These are the revision tool which I am going to discuss as revision at a glance in standard 12. So we all know that Python is a case sensitive language. We all know that Python is a case sensitive language. Python means it is a high level language. We can say that HLL. This is a high level language, and second part is case sensitive. Case sensitive, that means all the characters are not similar and their ASCII values are very different. And third part is, this is cross platform. That means the user can execute or user can install this software or Python in any application, any operating system such as Windows XP, Windows 7 or disk operating system, Macintosh, and this Linux, Unix. These all operating system can be useful for execution of the Python programming. So the structure of Python program, we all know that the structure of Python program should be from top to bottom approach. That means top approach, the user starts the program from top approach and then they can break all the code from top to bottom approach. That's why this programming is considered as top to bottom approach. And third part is variables and data types. What are the variables? The variables are the values that contains when we run any program or perform any applications. Suppose that we are performing the sum of two numbers. That means a equals to 5 and b equals to 10. Okay. So these a and b are known as variables. But now already we have stored the values. That means these are the constant value. But if here we declare the data types int and input, any function, and here also int plus input, then we can explore it as what, that these are the variables which is dynamic type. Okay, whenever the user execute, that time this will always result different values and the user will ask to enter different values. And now data types in Python. We all know that data types are a very vital role and it always used to declare which type of data the user is going to declare. So basically data types are int data type is there, then float data type is there, then we can say that complex data type is there, and including also here data type, then list is there, list, then tuple, then these all are the data types in Python. But the main focus part of data type is int float, which is generally used in all the parts of the program, whether in Python or we can say that in data structure, we can say that in functions. These all topics include these three main part of data type. So now dynamic typing. You know that dynamic means runtime. Runtime means the execution part is there. Whenever the programmer or the user or the student runs many programs, always it will execute and the user input will always be asked by the user side. It should not be constant, it should not be constant, or it should not be predefined, okay? But in type of static case. Static means this is fixed. That means it should be already predefined by the user. There is no interchange or any type of changes going to make. But in dynamic typing, this is runtime. Dynamic means runtime. This is execution part is there. Okay. Now keywords. Keywords, we all know that reserved words. Keywords means reserved words. That is predefined by the you know that editor side. Python software already declares and approves some keywords. Almost 34 to 35 keywords are there, and these all keywords are predefined. We cannot change, we cannot edit, and these keywords are case sensitive. For example, we just look at the example here. Keywords is a keyword, and else is a keyword, and if is a keyword, for is a keyword, while is a keyword. So many keywords are there. See here, true is a keyword, false is a keyword, and none, none. So all the keywords are case sensitive, as well as a small alphabet, small letters are there. But the exception is that only true, false, and none. In these three keywords, the first alphabet, first letter is capital, rest are small. If the user enters true as true, then it will generate an error. Okay, this is type error. And second also false, it will also generate error if we write as false. Similar in the case of while loop, if we use W as capital, rest as small, it will also generate an error. So this type of question generally asked in CBSE as to find out the errors through these keywords or many programs. Okay, so already we have seen that keywords are not changeable, keywords are not defined by the users, it is predefined, and we cannot declare the keywords by our own self. Okay, so second part is mutable and immutable types. Mutable means changeable, that means editable is there, that means possibility of changes is there. So you know that mutable, two data types are mutable here. One is list data type is mutable, and second is dictionary. So in dictionary, generally we see here that key and value pair is there. Okay, so list is mutable, we can change the list. But in case of tuples and dictionary, tuples and string, this is immutable, that means no changes is going to make. Okay, string contains a sequence of characters, so user cannot change this all. And then next part is operators and operands. We know that what is operators. Operators are the symbols. Okay, A plus B, these are the operators, and A and B is the operands. So operators are basically mathematical expressions which is going to explore the expressions and help to give the resultant output as per the operations or operators used by the user. And next is typecasting and type conversion. So typecasting is what? Typecasting means two parts of conversion is here. One is type conversion, and other part is, this is the name of conversion is coercion, and second one is typecasting. Okay, so type conversion means here the user don't have to give the extra effort to convert any value to other value. Suppose that we have declared A equals to 15.2. So if we run here print A, it will give as 15.2. That means this is a part of coercion. But if the user using here, if the user have used here print, and then here used int, and then here A. Okay, now we can see that this 15.2 has been converted to integer. That means typecasting, this int data type has been given by the programmer or the user forcefully to convert this value to integer part. Okay, so typecasting basically it is not done by you, it is done by forcefully. Okay, but type conversion is automatically converted. There is no conversion needed. Okay, now flow of control, comments in Python. Before that, comments, we are going to discuss about comments in Python. We all know that comments means what? Comments means non-executable part of the program. That means the user can write any content, but that is not going to execute, and that should be denoted by two symbols. If we are going to write single line comments, that is used by hashtag, and multi-line comments is given by triple quotes. Okay, so multi-line comments means many lines there. We have to write down their first line, here second line, here third line, and then here we have to close this line by using multiple quotes, and hashtag is there. So hashtag is there. Okay, single line comments. Now coming to the flow of control section. Okay, flow of control is basically two parts is there. One is sequential control and one is iteration control. Okay, iteration control. So sequential control is flow of control. Basically, if else is there, if part is there, then else is there, then if else is there, then if, then if is there. And we all know that if else is the expression of the condition which is used for checking the condition of the program. Okay, so suppose that we have to check the number is even or odd, even or odd. So what we have to use here, number, and here 10, then if part is there, number, mod 2 equals to 0. Here we have to print number is what? Number is even. Then here else, if it falls, then it jumps to us, and here we have to print here number is odd. So these are the part of condition expressions. Now we are going to see as loop. What are the loop? Loop means it executes iteration process. That means repetition is there. So inside the loop there is a range function is there, and the range function always uses what? What are the ranges? Suppose that 1 to 11 is given, it print 1 to 10. And then after the applications of when we have seen, we are going to see in for loop, while loop, then a string is there, then list is there, dictionary is there, and tuples is there. So these four applications are there. And suppose that we are going to see the applications of for loop by using range functions, multiplications of in for loop. So we have to declare here variable as 10. It is fixed for I in range 1 to 11. Okay, so I always execute 1 to 11, which is 1 to 10 cases is only. Okay, then n into I, that means n is fixed, 10 into I means what? Then here 10, then again I will go to jump to 2, then 10 into 2, it will give 20. This type of 10 into 10 will generate 10 into 10 equals to 100. Okay, similarly in case of while loop, here the sum of the product, suppose that user has given 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have to sum all the numbers in one term. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, and it will generate 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9, 10. This is the logic for sum of the numbers through while loop. And while loop always check the conditions. No range is here, but in for loop always range is mandatory. Similarly in case of a string, strings are what? Sequence of characters. That means suppose that we have declared India. This is what? Sequence of characters enclosed in double quote. Or I. This is single characters encoded in single quote. So many applications are in string. That means string combination is there, a string replication is there, a string reverse is there, a string membership operators are there. So this is the simple program for finding the length of the string. Suppose that India is here, India. So how much length is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the program of finding the length of the string. Now similar to list. List is mutable. We can change the list, and we can go through list by indexing part. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This whole part is index part. It can execute through by taking separate indexing, and it will generate the value as sum. So these are the program of sum of all numbers which we have declared through num variable. Now going to tuples. These are the second last. And tuples means this is immutable, and tuples always follow this symbol. List always follow square brackets, and a string always enclosed in double quote or single quote or triple quote. And tuples is immutable, no changes is there. So here 5, 11, 22, three values are given. We have to execute for I in range 0 to length of tup. That means length means what? 1, 2, 3. Now it becomes 0 to 3, but it will automatically run through 0, 1 and 2. We all know that ranges always run 1 less than the declared numbers. Now print tup of I. I equals 0, and 0 means 5. It will print 5, then 11, then 22. And the last part is dictionary. We all know that dictionary always follows what? Key and value pairs. Okay. So key and value, inside that key and value there is a column. Okay, so dictionary dict is there, subject CS. Subject means key and CS means value. Here class key and value is 12. So by through loop for I in dict I means subject. Matlab this is we can say that key. So it will execute through taking the key, and it will generate value by the help of key. So these are the revision tool. So hopefully it will be going to useful for all the students. So thank you all.